welcome. I missed you guys so much, and we have a lot to talk about today. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, then welcome. My name is Jessyka, lover of cats, trap music, and you. I'm so excited you decided to join us today. Guys, first of all, I've missed you so much. Like, I have been off of this couch. Well, I've definitely been on the couch, but I have been off the couch in front of the camera for like 2 weeks. I had LASIK done, and then we had a death in the family, and it was just a lot going on. But now that I'm 2020 on you hoes, I am back and ready to rock. So my eye is still a little bit dry from LASIK, but we gonna make it work. Yeah, I wanna jump right into these topics I have for us today. Okay, so the first topic I wanna talk about is, of course, RIP to a king in real life, not just in the Marvel universe, and that's Chadwick Boseman. And so I definitely wanna talk about that. And then I also wanna talk about Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg, and how has Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook kind of been roped into this whole mess going down in Kenosha, Wisconsin, honey. Like, everything that's going on with the protest with Jacob Blake, and how they are now saying that Mark Zuckerberg might be an accessory to what went down there. So I'm gonna get into all that. But first, guys, don't forget, of course, to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm so very grateful for all the new subscribers and all the new viewers that I've gotten. Also, bang that bell so you never miss any more of my videos, okay? Follow me on all of my social media so we can be friends in real life. Go over there, go browse, have a good time, peruse. All right, now let's get into these topics. So I'm sure you guys have heard RIP to Chadwick Boseman. He is most notably known as King T'Challa in Black Panther. He lost his battle with colon cancer yesterday, late last night, in his home, surrounded by his wife and his family. And guys, this is so tragic. So much has happened in 2020, guys. Like, 2020 just really came at us so strong, and it just seems like as August and September and as this end of the year wraps up, it is not planning on easing off the gas at all. So a little bit of the backstory is he was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer in 2016. Now guys, being diagnosed with stage 3 or finding out you have cancer at a late stage like that is so tragic, guys. I cannot preach enough. You guys know I'm a health teacher. I cannot preach enough how important it is to go and get those screenings, those preliminary screenings, because a lot of things can be caught early. Of course, I don't know his situation, and it is tragic. I don't want to take away or divert from that, but guys, please go get the necessary screenings, especially if you're up there in age or if things are genetic, okay? But anyway, so he was diagnosed in 2016 with stage 3 colon cancer. Now guys, this it's kind of a big deal, because since he was diagnosed, he has done so many of his monumental roles. One, in fact, being a Black Panther, you know what I'm saying? Also, all of the spin-offs or all of the movies after Black Panther, like Endgame and the Civil War, and he did the 5 Bloods, and let me see. Just all of the things that he has done after finding out that he has late terminal cancer. I mean, it's absolutely insane. Not only was he playing a strong Black male figure on screen, he was being that in his actual real life. And that is definitely admirable. So since being diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer, he's done Black Panther, Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame, Thurgood Marshall, 21 Bridges, and 5 Bloods. Okay, so he was really out here like doing the work. And it kind of seems like he knew, you know, I don't know, I don't want to say that, but it seemed like he told his management, whoever, like, I only want to play legends, like Black legends. You guys know he played Thurgood Marshall in Marshall. He played Jackie Robinson in 42. He played James Brown in Get On Up. And then of course he played T'Challa in Black Panther. So it's like he was like, you know, I want to be playing all the legendary roles, because he just knew that he was going to be a legend and a martyr, I guess you can say. So that is just really tragic. Rest in power to Chadwick Boseman, okay, the actual person. We get caught up in, like, you know, the Marvel universe, and I am a Marvel stan, honey, okay? Like, I shed a few tears when Stan Lee passed away. Like, trust me, I am a Marvel stan. And I've been sitting on the internet and on Twitter, people saying like, well, what's next for Marvel? Because, you know, Black Panther 2 was kind of in the works, and what's gonna happen next? Guys, first of all, the real actual human being is dead. Okay, Chadwick Boseman, not King T'Challa, not all that. Somebody in real life, not in the Marvel universe, in this universe, has passed away. So like, let's give that time to breathe before we start thinking about, well, what's next, what's next, what's next. We tend to do that a lot. Let this man rest, okay, and let his family rest. Now, I'm sure that Marvel, they were aware of his diagnosis, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a very serious diagnosis, and I'm sure that they were aware. So I'm thinking that maybe they pre-recorded some scenes for Black Panther 2, or, you know, they're gonna just have to go ahead and pass the torch to somebody else. Obviously, the most sensible thing, in my opinion, would be Shuri, obviously, which is the little sister. She was very smart. That would do a lot for the representation of women, Black women specifically, dark-skinned Black women even more specifically. So I think that's the most sensible thing to do, you know. Or also that fine Winter King. I can't think of his name, but you guys know the one that was like, the real fine one, that one that was, you know, in the snow or whatever. Him. I wouldn't be surprised if somehow they were able to like revitalize Killmonger or something, and he's been rehabilitated to something else. I mean, I don't know. I think that Marvel has that under control. I have faith in Marvel with that. I just hope they do not recast King T'Challa as somebody else, because that, to me, that's just not the way to go. But anyway, guys, that's all I really have for that. That's kind of a tragic situation, and you know, somebody else passed away too. Somebody named Cliff something. He was an NBA player. He also passed away this morning. Cliff Robinson. So he also passed away this morning. He played for the Bucks, I believe. And so 2020 just definitely got their foot on our necks, okay, with everything that's going on. Now I want to kind of move on to Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook, honey. Okay, so at this point, I'm sure that you are very much so aware of everything that went down in Kenosha, Wisconsin, okay? Police fatally shot unarmed 29-year-old black male Jacob Blake in the back 7 times as he was reaching into his vehicle. The police was called because of a domestic disturbance or whatever, and yes, I don't want to get too deep into that situation. I want to more so keep this on how Facebook has now been implicated in this whole thing. So anyway, that went down, and the city of Wisconsin have been in constant unrest since it happened. They have not slept since this tragedy happened. There's been protests and riots and all type of things in the streets, okay? Now, I'm sure you guys at this point have also heard, at one of these protests, a 17-year-old alleged suspect did kill 2 people, okay? He had his automatic weapon at the protest, and we have seen him on camera running away and running past police officials as they are tending to the very people that he fatally shot. Okay, so 2 people did die, and 1 person, you know, just got injured or whatever, and that is that. Now, Facebook, what does Mark Zuckerberg has to do with this? Here is the plot twist, and the gag is, they had this event on Facebook. It was a group called the Kenosha Militia or whatever. And you know how on Facebook you can create groups and create events. They had an event, and the organizers of this group, which this 17-year-old suspect was a part of, okay, the organizers of this group encouraged their group members to bring weapons to protect, you know, property and protect storefronts and all of that. To that particular protest and all other protests in Wisconsin dealing with this Jacob Blake thing. Okay, now here's where things get a little bit tricky. This event was reported a whopping 455 times for inciting violence. People on Facebook, both in the group and outside of the group, started reporting this event, saying, I'm scared something's gonna happen at this event. They reported it 455 times. To put that in perspective, guys, that is 66% of the amount of reports that were, you know, reported that day. 66% of them were reported from one event, and that comes from a Facebook employer. The employers were not having it. They were dragging Mark Zuckerberg. They were so upset that he did not take down this group event. Instead, he allowed them to congregate and to have all these ideations, and then we saw what happened. A member of that group took his automatic weapon to that protest, and 2 people are dead now. Now, Facebook, of course, has pulled down the group. Now, Mark Zuckerberg have, of course, came out this morning or yesterday or whatever and said that it was just a big mistake. He made an operational mistake. Usually when people do these reports, it goes into these filtration systems. It's all done, you know, by technology, and they didn't see a threat. You know, the technology didn't pick it up. Even though, yes, this was reported a whopping 455 times. Guys, I cannot say that enough. 455 times in one day. Do you know the number 2 event that was reported only 18 times? So the number 1 reported event was reported 455 times, and the number 2 event was reported 18 times. That's a problem. If people are reporting that event that many times, you need to do a thorough investigation. Not wait until 2 people are dead to now say, oh shoot, we made a mistake. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock, you made a big mistake. You made a huge mistake. Matter of fact, somebody even screenshotted her little post that she got back from Facebook, and it said, if you are offended by the content of this group and this event, then block them. Okay, and we see what happened. We see what happened because of this. So guys, it's just tragic. You know what I'm saying? Some people are calling what the 17-year-old kid did as self-defense. Some people, you know, is saying it's just cold-blooded. We have a long road ahead of us when it comes to this case and what's gonna happen, and you know, 2020 is just not letting us live, it seems like, okay? But anyway, guys, that's all I have for you guys today. Of course, tell me how you feel about all these situations. I mean, you know, RIP to a legend and a king in Chadwick Boseman. I really do hope that his family can rest in peace, you know, and I really hope that the Marvel Universe do what they're supposed to do with this Black Panther 2 situation. And then also, just how do you feel about Facebook? Do you think Facebook is responsible, or Mark Zuckerberg is responsible for the tragic events that happened in Kenosha at those protests? Just like, how do you feel? Like, let's just sound off below in the comments. Once again, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, Wakanda forever. Bye. Mwah.